Group said earlier in the race that a confident Kyle Busch is a dangerous Kyle Busch. Your 69th victory in this series, your 5th right here. Why do these moments never get old, Kyle?
Because you never know when the last one is.
Powerful words. That was Kyle Busch just 1 week ago today after winning the Craftsman Truck Series at Dover. And now today we are remembering the driver who many knew as Rowdy. Well, here's the latest of what we now know. Busch's family announced his death yesterday evening. According to reports, Busch was testing in the Chevrolet racing simulator in Concord Wednesday when he became unresponsive. He was taken to the hospital and then later died. Right now, a cause of death has not been released, but Busch was thought to have a sinus cold while racing earlier this month at Watkins Glen. So it's unclear right now if that had anything to do with his death. But Busch was just 41 years old. In Carolina Sports Live's Mike Lissette shows us the legacy the racing champion now leaves behind.
Without question, the legacy of Kyle Busch speaks for itself. In fact, it might be easier to say what he didn't win rather than list all he did. Over a 21-year run, Busch would claim 234 victories across NASCAR's 3 national series. That's the most for any driver in history. He's the winningest driver in Truck Series history with 69 wins. In that circuit, he's got 7 titles. He had an O'Reilly Series championship in 2009.
He has 15 National Touring Series wins.
After making the jump to the Cup Series, he reached the pinnacle.
Oh, that was awesome.
Winning not 1, but 2 Cup Series championships, not to mention 2 regular season titles as well.
Everybody from sweeping floors all the way up to Mr. H. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Growing up in Las Vegas, Busch seemed destined for greatness the first time he got behind the wheel of a go-kart at the age of 6. His older brother Kurt, a future driver himself, pushed him at every step.
The Candyman comes, Kyle Busch.
Along the way to greatness, he polarized both his peers and his fans. After all, you don't get nicknames like Rowdy and the Wild Thing by accident.
Kyle Busch is going to sweep the Richmond races.
But Busch had no problems ruffling feathers. All was fair in the effort to build a legacy that will never be forgotten.
And since Busch's passing, fans have been leaving flowers and other mementos at a makeshift memorial outside the Richard Childress Racing Museum in Davidson County. And there was also a steady stream of people visiting the facility throughout the night. Well, people also remembered Busch for NASCAR night at the Kannapolis Cannonballers game last night. Players and the fans paid tribute to Kyle Busch before the first pitch. And Charlotte Motor Speedway also right now sharing its own tribute to the legend. So a digital billboard in Busch's honor is now on display for fans and drivers to see. Now, Busch was set to take part in today's Craftsman Truck Series race and Sunday's Coca-Cola 600. Busch's death now came just 1 day before events kicked off for the Coca-Cola 600 race weekend. And now fans already at the Speedway campgrounds are mourning the passing together. A Queen City News anchor Savannah Rudisell is in Concord with how the racing icon is now being remembered.
A small memorial popped up overnight just outside of the Richard Childress Racing merchandise hauler, here with Busch's picture right there on the side. People leaving small flowers and mementos before a lot of the rains washed some of them away. But fans say even if their tokens, those mementos, aren't quite there anymore, say they're very glad to be around other racing fans right now as they felt that grief and the heartbreak rip through the campgrounds as soon as the news broke. Some of the fans traveling from out of state say they packed their number 8 merch hoping to see Kyle race this weekend. Many people finding it difficult to process that the talented driver passing at just 41 years old, especially after just cheering him on as he took the checkered flag in Dover last week. Some say they are glad to be around other people here to talk about his memory and talk about his legacy. He was a polarizing driver, but people say you don't have to be a fan of his to feel the loss or recognize his life's work.
It's devastating. I loved Kyle Busch. He was great, and I'm really sad for his family.
He's a legend, has always been a legend, and I think will live down with the greatest of racers. So I'm hopeful that NASCAR will, keep his storyline alive the way we do for Dale and for Greg Biffle as well.
Kyle was incredibly successful, not just in the sport, but here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He was actually our winningest NASCAR driver across all top 3 series. He won 19 times in a National Series race here, including the Coca-Cola 600 in 2018. If there's a place that we can come together and we can honor him this weekend, we can celebrate him, it's going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Right now, Charlotte Motor Speedway officials are meeting with NASCAR representatives to iron out the plans of how they'll be honoring Busch throughout this weekend. As soon as those plans are settled, we'll let you know how fans are invited to pay their respects. Reporting at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Savannah Rudisell, Queen City News.
Thank you, Savannah, for your coverage there. So this is the second tragedy in the NASCAR world within the last 6 months. Busch's death now comes after the December 2025 death of Greg Biffle. The pair reportedly shared a very close friendship. The family said in part that they stood with us through our own grieving just 5 months ago, holding our hand at the service and continuing to offer support and love. So loss like this is unimaginable for any family, and our hearts ache for them. It's hard to imagine our racing community without Kyle. Well, the racing community is a close-knit one, and for everyone from fans to drivers and pit crew members, they're mourning Busch's loss. Well, we spoke with Fox NASCAR broadcaster Josh Sims this morning about what fuels the compassion within the community. Take a listen.
This racing community is a family. You know, we always call ourselves kind of like a traveling circus because we just pack up and we go track to track, city to city, week in and week out, but we're dealing with the same people each and every week. And, you know, when tragedy like this strikes, everybody comes together and we find ways not just to honor those that have been lost, we find ways to wrap our arms around their families, to wrap their arms around their teammates and anybody else that's hurting from those situations. So, you know, as I mentioned, you know, we have the truck race tonight, and you could expect to see us do our part to honor Kyle Busch and what he meant to the truck series.
That's Josh Sims with Fox NASCAR. And also right now, Busch's death being felt far beyond the Queen City. So memorial is growing in Las Vegas. Take a look here, which is Busch's hometown, and fans, they laid flowers beside a speedway marker as a makeshift tribute to one of their own at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. You can see people coming up right there paying their respects. Supporters say that they will remember Busch as being fearless.
Badass. I mean, nobody, you know, you didn't want to mess with Kyle Busch. He knew what he was doing. He was a pro. He's a complete veteran.
Rowdy. That was his nickname, Rowdy. So, Busch, I can't believe it.
Our coverage of the death of NASCAR legend Kyle Busch continues. At our next half hour, we're going to have much more in reaction from the NASCAR community and also look at his historic 2018 win at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.